Hello everyone! Welcome to the latest installment of the Cabal 2 Feature Spotlights. I'm GM Icy, and today I'm here to give you a quick overview of the dungeons of Cabal 2. Let's get started. Here we have the first ever dungeon you'll be able to run, Labyrinth Forest. Perfect for a party from 1 to 3 players, it's located on Lathe Island at the very top of the map. Let's run this in easy mode, which buffs damage and health but lessens the loot dropped from bosses, perfect for solo players. Labyrinth Forest is designed to be your introductory dungeon, so the layout is pretty simple. You can see the locations of all bosses located within the dungeon, so it's a fairly easy run through. Defeat bosses, grab your loot, and keep advancing until you hit the final boss and finish up. Looper's Excavation site is your secondary dungeon, located in Frey Hilltown right in the Looper's territory, and will need a party of about 5 to 6 players, 1 if you go easy mode, to complete. The dungeon doesn't really want to give you easy mode loot like Labyrinth Forest, so it adds a little complexity to the layout. You can still see where all of the bosses are, but they're a bit more scattered around and slightly harder to get to. Don't worry you guys, I made sure to hit this particular boss hard enough so that bladers were permanently removed from the game and replaced with priests. You're very welcome. This dungeon, like the others, has loot, but it also features locked gates, and has an elevator ambush that, if it wasn't for easy mode, would probably make a quick and terrible end to my poor force shielder. Good thing I essentially have God mode running. Halls of the Recluse is located in Desert Fort, tucked away in the middle of the map. Don't be fooled by its location, it's definitely for the higher levels in that map. It's one of my favorites and definitely worth a few run times for great loot. Halls of the Recluse has your standard boss showing map, and it looks fairly simple, but don't be fooled by the appearance. It's got even tougher bosses that will need a full team to take down. It also has a fun little room where each time you activate a pillar, a bunch of mobs spawn, and you need to activate all of the pillars to advance. Fun for the whole group. Also featuring is the Crystal Room of Death, where hopefully you can reach the end with all of your health intact. Well, most of your health intact. Heavenly Citadel is your first level 40 dungeon, which has a variety of bosses that will change each time you go in. It's located in Labyrinth Forest, right where a bunch of elite mobs spawn. It also has a really good party quest that is highly recommended to start and finish, so pick that up once you hit the appropriate level. As I mentioned before, Labyrinth Forest will take you to random platforms where a different boss awaits, so expect some variety each time you enter the dungeon. If you're on the aforementioned quest, you'll see this NPC that starts everything, but if you don't, simply kill the tower to activate the dungeon. Chances are you'll get some bosses like this huge tree to deal with, and he's really hard, but the dungeon has a good mix of both hard bosses and environmental bosses that require a little bit more thought to complete. This particular boss requires either a really good priest to heal through all the damage, or a force archer, as she has a self buff, the enemy, not the force archer, that not only makes her hit harder, but also stacks over time if it is not dispelled. It'll always start after a channeled AoE ability she throws off, so either stun her before her channeled ability goes off, use a Force Archer's debuff, or heal away the damage to ensure success. This has been GM Icy, and I hope to see you all in time for the next feature spotlight on the battlefields of Cabal 2. See you all next time.